review. Here with me, I have the Punch newspaper and I have the Guardian's newspaper. Firstly, we are going to feature into the Punch newspaper for today. Mass abduction crisis. Tinubu pulls 100,000 policemen from VIPs. No fewer than 100,000 police officers attached to a very important person and politicians will be withdrawn and redeployment to core police duties, including centers. Insurgents operation as part of a strategy to rout the terrorists rampaging across the country. President Bola Tinubu ordered the withdrawal of police officers at a security meeting held on Sunday in Abuja. Attended by Service Chiefs and Director General of Department of State Services, a statement by the President's Special Advisors on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, said VIP requiring protection will be assigned among operatives from the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps instead of the police. An estimated of 100,000 policemen are attached to VIP and politically exposed persons across the country, while viewer personnel are available for public protections despite several promises by successive Inspector General to withdraw the police officers on other duties. This has not been done. Mass abduction crisis. Tinubu pulled 100,000 policemen from VIP. The full says of these stories inside the Punch for today. Another story here with me in the Punch for today. 38 abducted Kwara church worshippers regained freedom. Kwara State Governor Abdulrazak has announced the release of 38 persons who were recently abducted during an attack on Christ Apostolic Church in Ereku, Ekiti local government area of the state. This was disclosed in a statement by the Governor's Chief Press Secretary, Rafiu Ajekai, on Sunday. The governor credited President Bola Tinubu for his hand on involvement on ensuring the victims regained their freedom. The governor is immensely grateful to President Bola Tinubu for his direct initiative that made this happen. Abdulrazak further thanked for federal security agencies and local forces involved in operatives. The governor also expressed appreciation to the Office of the National Security Agency and local forces involved in the operations. The governor also expressed appreciation to the Office of National Security Advisor, Departments of State Services, the Nigerian Army, the Nigerian Intelligence Agency, and the Nigerian Police, which graciously deployed for new tactical teams to Kwara State on the directives of the President. 38 abducted Kwara churches worshippers regained freedom. The full details of these stories inside the Punch for today. Another story here with me in the Punch for today. Police strengthens school protection mechanism in Katsina State. The Commissioner of Police, Katsina Command, Mr. Bello Shehu, has directed the coordinator of the School Protection Squad to activate all school protection mechanisms to strengthen the safety of students and staff in schools. This is contained in a statement by the Commander Public Relations Officers, DSP Abubakar Aliyu, on Monday in Katsina State. He said that the directive general meeting was a tactical commander to review the Command General Security Strategy in the states. Shehu explained that this was in line with the directives of the Inspector General of Police, IGP Kayode Egbetokun, to prioritize safety and security around educational institutions. The Commissioner ordered the deployment of additional resources to ensure security, especially in educational institutions in the state. Shehu called on the public to intensify efforts in supporting the crimes-fighting mayor of the command to safeguard schools, communities, in the state. He advised the public to terminate reports, suspicious actions, or consigns to the command. Police strengthens schools protection mechanisms in Katsina State. The full details of these stories inside the Punch for today. And before we go to the second edition of this program, the Guidance newspaper, we like to listen to what we have for in our studio. We'll be right back to the second edition of this program.
Discover discover the uniqueness in the entertainment industry. African Broadcasting Network (ABN) is now the pace setter in the industry. Do you want to advertise your product and services? Count on us. We will do it much more than your expectations. African Broadcasting Network (ABN) will deliver quick and prompt services. Our quality and clarity stands us out when it comes to delivering quality broadcasting. Our staffs are hardworking and versatile in the specific field of office. Our environment is so conducive and we are open to all. We also give advice on how to run your business profitably. African Broadcasting Network is situated at
9894 OSUN Street, Suite 875, Houston, Texas 77036.
Contact phone 281-652-8396 and
832-490-8203.
Website www.abntvnetwork.com. ABN, celebrating Africans' reach.
And I hope you enjoy what we have for us to do. And before we go to the second edition of this program, the guidance super. If you'd like to follow us live and direct on our social media page, you can like, share, comment, and subscribe. On our Facebook, and click on ABNCD Austin. Likewise, on our YouTube, you can like, share, comment, and subscribe. And click on ABNCD Nigeria as well. And on our Twitter, you can also follow us on ABNCD Austin. And lastly, on our Instagram, you can like, share, comments, and click on ABNCD Nigeria as well. And now to the second edition of this program, the guidance principle. Bauchi State closes public-private schools over insecurity. The Bauchi State government has announced the closures of primary, secondary, and higher institutions across the state over the rising insecurity in the north. The spokesperson of the Ministry of Education, Jalaluddin Usman, in a statement on Sunday night, said that the closure affects state, private, and federal government-owned schools with immediate effect. He added that the state, after extension concession and in response to overwhelming security concerning affects the state of the students, teachers, schools, communities across the state, and decided on temporarily close the institution of learning. The government is fully aware of the inconvenience this may cause us, and the protection of all school children remain our highest moral responsibility over school in Bauchi State, and deserve to learn in an environment that is safe, stable, and free to fear. And record that immediate closures of all public and private schools after government storm, the government scarce comprehensive secondary schools in Maga, Kebbi State, in the early hours of Monday, November 17, 2025, abducting 24 students. Bauchi State closes public-private schools over insecurity. The full set of these stories inside the guidance newspaper for today. Another story here with me in the guidance paper for today. Escalating security crisis threatens Nigeria economic recovery. Nigeria's fragile path to economic recovery is being dangerously undermined by a worsening security crisis that is eroding investors' confidence and crippling productive sectors and accelerating capital flights. Rather than building on the modest recovery of the past 2 years and consolidating the past reforms growth since recently, the country is sinking deeper into uncertainty as violent attacks, abductions, and insurgent activities spread across especially agricultural zones, and sending unintended warning to the global market that Nigeria remains a high-risk market. The consequences are already stark. Investments, foreign and domestic, are retreating, long-term capital inflows are drawing up, and business are scaling down, operatives are reviewing expansion plans, and critical industries from farming to manufacturing and logistics are being disrupted by insecurity. Driving up costs, freaking outbreaks, and worsening unemployment, escalating security crisis, threatening Nigeria economic recovery. The footage of these stories inside the guidance paper for today. Another story here with me, the guidance paper for today, which is the lastly story here with me. Body attributes low internal generated revenue in subnational to poor investment in technology. Former governor of Lagos State, Akin Ambody, has attributed the lack of investment in technology by most subnationals to low internal generated revenue generations are critical to the reforms in the new tax reforms. Ambody, who shared his experience as the Accountant General and later governor of Lagos State, said he saw as close regards that benefits will specify that the state investments heavily in technology to achieve on improved internal generated revenue. The former governor spoke during the yearly driving and award ceremony of the Charter Institute of Taxation of Nigeria at the weekend, stating that everyone has a role to play to ensure that the key benefits of the tax reforms, especially on growth and economic development, are faced by the people at the subnational levels. Ambode, who was the chairman of the occasion, said, "My interest is in the increased collection that will catalyze developments in my community, and the tax reform should result in more money for the state and local council, which will in turn drive genuine changes and development in these places." Ambode attributes low in internal generated revenue in subnational to poor investment in technology. The full text of this story is inside the guidance paper today, and that what we have for the newspaper review. If you like to follow us live and direct on our social media page, you can like, share, comment, and subscribe, and click on ABN TV OSUN on Facebook. And on our YouTube, you can also like, share, comment, and subscribe on ABN TV Nigeria on our YouTube. And on our Twitter, you can also follow us live and direct on our social media page and click on ABN TV OSUN. And on our Instagram, you can also follow us on ABN TV Nigeria as well. And for those of you that are also using TikTok, you can also follow us, like, share, comment, and subscribe, and click on ABN TV Nigeria. Thanks for listening and thanks for watching. My name is Kenny Afolabi, and I wish you a blessed day ahead. Bye for now.